Donald Trump, 2024 analysis. I'm on the wrong side of the history. That's what somebody told me. Yep. I got a comment on my latest video that I made on Trump. And quite frankly, I just call him like I see him. That's all I can do. I don't make things up. I just call him like I see him. And again, here's the comment coming up here at the top. It says, "You appear to be on the wrong side of history. Take a seat." Huh. Well, sometimes this makes the Trump cult members angry. Oh well. But I got to thinking, history is history. But can you really be on the wrong side of history? I think the phrase is a little misleading. You can be wrong in war and lose. You can make a big mistake and pay a price in life. But history is history, right? Unless you let the globalist Zionist write the history books, and then all you have is just manipulation and spinning. But that's a whole different story. But this might be a good question to ask yourself once in a while, anyhow. Am I on the wrong side of history? So I ask myself that. And I go back in history. I picked Trump to win in 2016 against Hillary Clinton. I picked the reality TV star to beat Hillary because that was an easy pick. Hillary was evil. After Bernie was told to step aside, remember, in the second election, Bernie was told to step aside. Then I picked Biden to win in 2020 because Jared Kushner and Ivanka had screwed it all up for Trump, and the generals were against him. So, that was another easy pick. To pick Biden was easy. And now after they told the Florida governor, just recently the Florida governor was told to step aside, and I realized that Trump will probably win if he still has a pulse. And there's a reason for that. They're going to take us into the greatest depression ever and blame it on Trump. But again, that's in a whole other story. We're talking about something else different today. So it is quite possible I will be 3 for 3 as long as Trump pays his jet mechanics very well indeed. I would be worried if I was Trump. I would pay those mechanics well. So let's take this analysis to another branch in the Trump tree. Why do the Trump cult members follow him, even though it is clear as day that he is a con artist? How many bankruptcies has he had, and the banks still give him money? Why? How many wives, girlfriends, hookers, underlings, floozies, bimbos? I literally can't not count them. I literally cannot count them all. And there must be 100 of them that are so embarrassed that they'd never even admit it in public. And yes, I'm jealous as hell. Yeah, well, who wouldn't be? I tell you, the one I like, here's the one I like, my favorite. Let's see, here she is. Yeah, she's a stunning beauty there. I think her name was Young, I'm not really sure. But she also had a face that you think she was nice. And also this one on the left here, she seems to be nice. Anyhow, Donald Trump has had way, way too many nice, pretty girls. I don't really believe he deserves them, but that's just my opinion. Okay. All right, let's get back on the story. But again, yeah, like I said, that's neither here nor there. Let's look for an example. Okay, the question was, I asked myself, why do these Trump cult members follow him unconditionally, even though he's obviously a con man? That's the question we're going to ask ourselves going down this branch of the Trump tree. And the example that I want to pick out is simple. You live in a big town, okay? You live in any big town, back east, anywhere in the South. And finally, they allow the globalist Zionists to open up a casino in your big town. It's never been done before. And now you have this big casino, and you have 5 million people there just wanting to gamble. They finally open up the casino. Now that's the only game in town. Okay? But you still are going to go there because it's the only casino in town. You're going to spend 500, 1,000, 5,000, whatever your budget can handle. You're going to hope you find a pretty girl like this, but you won't. Okay? And then you will walk out of that casino feeling disgusted with yourself. You've lost all that money. You did not find a pretty girl. But then again, it's the only game in town. So next month or next week, you will go back there again and you will give the slimy globalist bastards another $500 and you will walk away angry but fulfilled. You will have filled a need. You wanted to gamble and you did, and you lost your 500 and you walk away angry and disgusted, but it's the only goddamn game in town. What can I do? That's Trump. That's Trump for you. That's the story of this video. The only goddamn game in town. He's the only guy in the whole country allowed on Zionist TV to say we are being invaded. He says we have been invaded for decades. We are being invaded. And the swamp creatures in the D.C. Beltway just drink cocktails with the lobbyists who are getting rich off the invaders' cheap labor, which is inferior work anyhow, turning our once great country into a third world cesspool. And Trump is the only goddamn game in town. He's the only one who will actually tell it to you, so he can literally do anything because nobody else has the balls to tell it on TV. But here's the thing you must ask yourself. Why do the globalists put him on TV? Question number one. These are two very important questions. Why do they put him on TV? The globalists. If you don't get on TV unless they control you, number one. Question number one. Question number two. Why will Trump never, ever criticize the rulers? That's what got me off. That's why I jumped off the Trump train. Because I found out when he started bombing Syria that he was never, ever going to criticize the rulers. And I'll tell you why Trump will never, ever criticize our rulers. Because not long after he starts to criticize our rulers, his lead jet mechanic will suddenly get 50 million in Bitcoin registered in his name on the dark web, and now you can just read between the dark lines of a world ruled by evil.